Hello. Today Group 5 will be discussing the purpose of our presentation to introduce our research proposal and our plans moving forward with it. So Wayne State University is home to over 500 various organizations, each serving its own unique purpose. With so many groups, it's difficult to gauge how many students truly join and maintain attendance, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. So what is the organizational issue we're looking to solve? Our research aim is to find solutions to present to the Wayne State University administration to increase overall participation in student organizations through innovative ideas like Get Involved, a new platform for students to better access club information. But before I get more in depth about our subject matter, I'd like to briefly introduce each member of the team working on this project. We have Jessica, who's an electrical engineering major, Brendan, a computer scientist, Giovanni, an industrial engineer, and myself, who is studying public health and the biological sciences. It just so happens we're all part of the STEM world, which fortunately is based on a deep understanding of the scientific method involved in research. But we also bring in our own skills from our respective fields that we will each go into depth later. Throughout the presentation, we'll be discussing our project's overall mission to hopefully have administration implement our ideas, our strategy in research, the significance of increasing involvement, and how we will work as a team to accomplish each step in this process. So first, I'd like to talk a little bit about my background credentials and my personal role on this team. As I mentioned earlier, I am studying public health and the biological sciences, so I'm very familiar with scientific proposals as well as activism-based studies. I'm also a part of the university's Honors College, where we are required to have an extensive knowledge on research writing, and we also have a lot of opportunities to explore varying subjects. Thus, I'll be able to aid our group by inputting my professional knowledge on the research process, as well as the academic writing that goes along with it. Which is why I am also in charge of outreach and planning the writing outline and final editing for our final proposal paper. Like we talked about earlier, what is the issue within the organization we are trying to solve? We're trying to implement innovative ways for the Wayne State University administration to not only increase student involvement, but also maintain that newfound participation. Some ideas we want to look further into to possibly solve this issue could be through incentivizing commitment to clubs. For instance, volunteer hours or scholarships can be rewarded to members. Another solution we are considering is to educate students on the beneficial factors of joining different organizations. This will go along with working with administration to promote club activities, but what many fail to realize is these groups are a gateway to many opportunities, such as accessing resources in specific career fields, networking, and gaining new experiences and skills. That being said, there are, like in any good research, shortcomings that we must keep in mind. One concern that we have is that it might be difficult to collect our primary data, and most of it will be quantitative as there isn't any statistical data to collect per se, as we also won't be able to see the direct impact results of our solutions within the duration of just this semester. I will now hand things over to Jessica, who will be discussing the logistics of our strategy.
All right, so now that Laura has gone over which organizational issue we're going to be focusing on, I'm going to be explaining how we plan on executing this and creating a great project proposal at the end of the term. So for a little bit of background, my name is Jessica Attard. I am a second-year electrical engineering student here at Wayne State. I am also an undergraduate teaching assistant for an engineering class here. And so I have a lot of experience with team management, project management, as well as analyzing supplemental and technical data from practice from previous courses. So the main question here is, how are we planning on doing this? So a lot of our data collection is going to be focused on surveys and interviews. We plan on conducting interviews with organization heads as well as administration of clubs, and research surveys will be conducted to target research questions that prompt the survey taker to give us some feedback as to why they think that students are not taking the leap and joining these organizations. And we plan on getting a little bit of feedback from students as well. So we intend on backing up our proposals with data from peer-reviewed article research. That's something that needs to be done in order to prove that there is an issue here at hand, as well as backing up why we think that our proposals are important. Overall, we plan on meeting research deadlines, developing a work plan, just getting a good organizational structure out throughout this project and staying in communication with each other, as well as taking the data that we have and interpreting it into that final proposed program. So I've laid out here a little bit of a timeline that we have conducted. I hope that it's not too hard to see, but it kind of goes through all of our assignment deadlines as well as tasks that we intend on doing in order to contribute to that end goal and get to those 18 to 20 pages of data and research and produce real proposals that will hopefully benefit organizations in turn. So you can see that I've laid out some of our tasks, the start date, the due date. Obviously, those are kind of rough estimates of when we start and when we complete the assignment. What we have here in yellow is the percentage of completion. So you can see that our earlier tasks are 100% complete, and we are still in the process of working on the further tasks down the line. So now Brendan is going to go ahead and explain why this project is relevant and why it needs to be enacted.
Hello, everyone. I am Brendan Kashat, and today I'll be answering the question, why is this project important? To remind you, our topic is finding new approaches to expanding student participation in clubs and organizations, and then relaying that information to Wayne administration to help them impact students' lives. To start off, I'll be speaking about how we all feel connected to this project and why it is important to us. Starting off, we have Jessica. Jessica is a second-year electrical engineering major and an undergraduate student assistant with experience in managing teams and analyzing numerical or logical data. She is among many who are looking to get opportunities that will affect her life moving forward, and these various clubs or organizations are the perfect first step for her. Next up is Giovanni. As an industrial engineer major, Giovanni can brainstorm pathways that draws in new members to a new club. As an engineer, he thinks in terms of efficiency, and the most efficient way to make a name for yourself is by getting people to know you. And a good way of doing that is by meeting the people first. Organizations or clubs are simple ways of getting to know large groups of people who are in the same situations as you. These people are all trying to do the same thing as you and are all also looking for their first step. It's a perfect match. Next, we have Laura. Laura is a public health major and a biological sciences minor in the Honors College, which means she knows how to handle the public side of things and how to get the project up and running. Alongside her public skills, she also has elite researching skills. As the person who introduced all of us to get involved, she has already shown her digging around for opportunities. And last but not least, myself, Brendan. I am a computer science major looking to join organizations and clubs myself. Making sure this project goes forward is essential for those like me who are looking to get a foot through the door in their life. Now I will speak on why this project is important. As the rest of the semester folds out, we are planning on talking to admins from many different sources and getting data from them by passing out surveys, talking to other students, talking to club leaders, and a lot more. This data will help us understand what is happening to the people who go through Wayne established clubs. It is essential this project goes forward because it focuses on what happens when a person is given the opportunity, specifically given by Wayne, and see what they do with it. We believe that for Wayne to emphasize they want students to go to sign up, they need to keep reminding them. For example, it is not enough for them to only send 1 or 2 emails about an opportunity. They need to send multiple emails every day, and it needs to lead to one big organization that handles all opportunities at Wayne. To summarize the question, why is this project important? The project must go forward for the young adults looking to get a start in their life. The opportunities organizations and clubs give students are a bridge into finding who they are as an adult. As young adults trying to find our foot in life, all of us are experiencing our own struggles. The project needs to go forward for the people who, like us, are looking for a start in trying to change their life. And end. And now our next speaker, Giovanni, will talk about how our team is keeping in touch and keeping each other accountable.
Thanks, Brendan. My name is Giovanni Medina, and I'm going to be talking to you today about accountability and team communication. Firstly, my background and my qualifications. I'm an industrial engineer major. I've also worked on an assembly line, so I know what it's like to be part of a group of people, a team building, being able to bounce ideas off each other, and overall working together as a team to strive for a goal. So first, my role, I'm going to be doing research. I'm going to be researching of any prior studies done about the benefits of being in a club. I'm going to be doing video editing. So any sort of editing in the future that we're going to have to do for presentations, that's my responsibility. And I'm going to be contacting other students, whether through group chats, on campus, see what their ideas are, why are they not in clubs, what's stopping them, etc. Brendan, one of his responsibilities is going to be writing. He's going to be one of the main writers on our final presentation. And he's also going to be constructing the surveys that we will be handing out to other students. Laura is going to be the other main writer for the presentation. She will also be helping me with some research to find any other studies done on this. And she'll also be contacting administrations, whether it be the Wayne State University admin or any possible club leaders, see what maybe they can do to bring up memberships. And Jessica will be doing survey research, which is she's going to take the data that we have collected from the research and from the surveys, and she's going to be determining what that data actually means for the overall bigger picture. We will be communicating as a team through WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a very easy to use messenger. It's really good for group chatting. And we also use Outlook if we need to send any files over to each other. And to give you a quick summary. So we've talked about why we believe this is a good subject, what we can do to bring together this information, the project overview. We talked about the steps of our plan, how we are planning on completing our goal, completing our tasks, and yeah. So I'll pass it on to Jessica for the final conclusion or wrap-ups.
All right, so now that Gio has summarized this presentation, I'm just going to be wrapping things up, tying up a couple loose ends, and prompting some feedback from you guys. So some essential questions we hope to have clearly answered in this project. What is the organizational issue we're trying to solve? Laura did a great job of explaining that our focus is on Wayne State University clubs and organizations that are geared towards students and how we are trying to focus on increasing enrollment. I laid out our schedule in our second slide and kind of gave a little bit of an overview of how we're going to make this possible and execute it. And then Brendan explained the relevance of this issue that we're focusing on, why it's important for students to get involved and how it benefits them. And then Gio went ahead and summarized our individual roles as team members and how we are kind of planning on communicating through it all. So some questions I have for you guys. How do you feel that this issue can be combated? So either from personal experience or a different perspective, do you feel that there are certain things that can be done to help encourage students to join these clubs, help make them aware of the benefits, and all in all, just kind of prompt the students to get more involved in these types of clubs? So overall, we hope that you found this presentation informational and useful, and we thank you for your time.